So, continuing the living room redesign, today I'm working on something a bit different.
I have 3 plants that I want to make pots for, and I decided to start with the biggest one, my dracaena. It's currently sitting in a large plastic pot, and I knew right away I didn't want to make a full concrete planter for it. That would just be too heavy and bulky, especially for something that sits on the floor. So instead I decided to build a planter on a stand, something lighter but still with a solid, grounded look. I started with a base. To shape the bottom of the stand, I used a regular frying pan. I rubbed it in a plastic bag and poured in concrete. I had some leftover stones and a bits from previous projects, so the texture isn't perfectly smooth, but that's actually what I wanted. For the legs, I used small concrete jars I had made before, but you could also use glass jars that would work just as well. Once the base was set, I took it out, lightly sanded the edges, and attached it to the 3 legs using more concrete. Then I left it overnight to cure, and I even placed the plant on top to keep everything in place and properly aligned. The next day, I moved on to the pot itself. Since I didn't want it to be heavy, I made it from a mix of wood shavings. I took a 4-starter block, soaked it in hot water until it broke down into a soft sawdust-like texture. Then I prepared a simple binder using cornstarch. Ideally, you'd cook it, but I just mixed it with the boiling water. I added a bit of salt to prevent mold, and then combined it with the sawdust and quite a lot of wood glue. After mixing everything together and adjusting the consistency with a bit more starch and water, I got a really nice workable material. I rubbed the original pot with tape to keep the mixture from slipping and started applying it. I decided to create vertical grooves just using my hands to shape the texture. It's a very simple process, but it gives a really nice organic look. Once it was done, I left it to dry for a couple of days. Ideally, this works best in warm, sunny weather, especially if you can leave it outside. After that, I went back to the stand. I still had some of the mixture left, so I added a bit of salmon to it and used it to create a more textured stone-like finish. I didn't want everything to be too smooth. I was aiming for something closer to a natural, tooth-like surface. I applied it in a rough strokes, then soften everything slightly with water and a brush to avoid harsh lines. The next day, I used a thin layer of plaster to smooth certain areas just a bit, while still keeping that texture, and then I moved on to painting. This isn't the final color yet. It turned out lighter than I expected. I'll probably go over it with a concrete glaze in a slightly warm orange tone to get more of that yellow-orange tooth effect. But for now, I'm leaving it as it is. And this is how it turned out. If you want to see how the rest of this space comes together, the furniture, the decor, and the other do-it-yourself pieces, make sure to subscribe and follow along. There's a lot more coming in this series.